All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys about Jorge Masvidal and Gilbert Burns. Now, I remember when this whole shebang happened, and Jorge Masvidal was calling out certain people, right? He was calling out Conor McGregor, he was calling out Leon Edwards, and usually the last person that would come out of his mouth, or wouldn't come out of his mouth at all, was Gilbert Burns. Now, I find that to be interesting because Gilbert Burns is by far, it's not even close, by far the hardest opponent for Jorge Masvidal. Now look at it. Look at it. I mean, just look at the three and really compare them. Conor McGregor, he's a striker based. He's been very up and down, probably slightly more down lately than usual. And like I said, he's a striker base. That's right up Jorge's alley. It's literally right up his alley. He wants that striker. He wants to be able to, duke it out with somebody. Same with Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards gives him the ability to play Jorge Masvidal's game, and that's the striking game. Now, Gilbert Burns, he's not known for that. He's known for a much more mixed pace, a much more mixed route, and his jiu-jitsu is by far the best out of the three. I mean, Gilbert Burns is probably what top I'll say top five jiu-jitsu guys in the UFC right now. I'll put it that way. Who are relevant? He's definitely top five. And so he's definitely the worst matchup. Look at all of the people that Jorge Masvidal has had a hard time with. For the most part, it's been grapplers. And so I don't think Gilbert Burns is a good matchup, as Gilbert Burns is this individual who is good at striking, good enough, I think, to box with Jorge, enough and long enough to take Jorge to the ground and dominate him there. I think it's not even close. I think that's going to be how the fight goes. I think Jorge is going to probably get dominated, especially on the ground. Jorge's only way out is to try to Ben Askren him somehow. Is to try to flash knockout Gilbert Burns by coming in. I think that is Jorge Masvidal's route. But 9 times out of 10, I'll give this fight to Gilbert Burns. Like I said, he was the worst matchup for Jorge Masvidal. And I think that was a huge reason why Jorge Masvidal didn't want Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is definitely going to put Jorge in the spot that he wants to be in if he beats him. But the likelihood, the chances of him beating him, the ease of which he could beat him, I think is very, very slim if you're comparing them to the options that Jorge was asking for. Now, granted, Conor McGregor might have given him, a bigger money shot. Granted, Leon Edwards is now the champion, but at the end of the day, those aren't realistic fights for Jorge. We all know that. We know the most realistic fight for him is probably Gilbert Burns, and it just so happens to be his hardest fight. And so, if I had to give my official prediction, I'm going to say Gilbert Burns by submission, and I'll say second round. Late in the second round, I've got Gilbert Burns winning by submission, maybe a rear naked choker or an armbar or something like that. And so comment down below what you guys think. Do you think this is a good matchup for Jorge? Who do you believe is going to win this matchup? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.